up, Devils? J-dawg back to answer some more goddamn questions. First, we got one order question for the day, and then off to the fucking video questions I still have printed off to finish off. And this printed off is working out great, though, goddammit. Knocked out a bunch of fucking videos, and don't got to scroll through the bullshit. Anyways, Matthew Nab. Question for J-dawg for a YouTube video. Would you rather see an Immortal reunion or Bolt Thrower? Matt from Monroe, Georgia. I mean, I think that's kind of a fucking weird question because aren't both of them still around? Maybe not Bolt Thrower. I don't know what them fucking canoe throwers is what I fucking call them. They're back and then they're not back, and then I have no fucking clue. They do shows here and there. And Immortal's definitely around. They just put out a new album, so reunion. I'm not sure what the fuck you mean on that. The only thing I could kind of speculate is what you meant is like reunion with a Both. That'd be cool. I'd like to fucking see that. I gotta say though, I've been liking these new albums. I picked up the new album at Milwaukee Metal Fest, the LP. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and then I went back and listened to. There was just one at the shop, the one with the black and white cover. Just looks like kind of like a Both's painting face, even though it's not a Both on there, but Horde or whoever the fuck's on there, Ishkara, the other guys. Looks like that was, is it the All Shall Fall or forget which one? The CD, I thought that was really good too. So I picked up that disc, but I think there's one other of the We're Back without a Boss. So yeah, I gotta say the non-Abath albums are pretty goddamn good. Definitely fucking enjoying them. Again though, here's the thing. I assumed reason because when they change singers, oh god, this is gonna fucking suck. I usually don't check too much out, and then sometimes I'll go to it like Enthroned. Didn't check out the stuff without Lord Shabbath and on vocals. When I finally did, I'm like, it's just mediocre black metal, and it doesn't have the same goddamn magic. It's not terrible. It's fine. It's a background listen. Would I buy it? Fuck no. Shabbathan is where the fuck it was at. Without him, just hang it up, boys. Marduk, kind of the same thing. I gotta say, dude. I've listened after Legion, dude. Kind of hanging up, Ross. It's fine. All the stuff. I have been kind of more so enjoying Plague Angel. Don't know it's, but listen to it like twice since it came out, like 2 additional more times. Picked up the splatter vinyl that Osmos did, and it's ferociously fast. I'll give it that, and it's pretty extreme. After that, the Front Shrine and Rom 15 and 515 and all that shit, it's fine. It's fine black metal. Doesn't suck. If they came to Cleveland, I'd go see them, but it's just, I'm like, come on, bro. This is no Panzer Division, Marduk. And then even the pre-Legion shit, this is no Dark Endless, Opus Nocturne. Fucking, I mean, it just isn't. It's not even close. It's not even close to this fucking good. Even a lot of the album people never bring up. The last album Legion sings on, World Inferno. These songs like Bleached Bones, which was kind of like the ballad, if you want to call it that, slow song. It sends all that later shit home on a stretcher. Way goddamn better. So a lot of stuff, when I see the singer leaves, remember we were talking about Dying Fetus and shit, at least when Jason left, they got a singer that, oh wow, that imitates him very, very well. Here's another example. Immortal. Abath was gone. I figured, oh, dude, they're going to get some fucking screechy goddamn Emperor sounding guy. That's not how Immortal sounds. Immortal had fucking Popeye on vocals. That's what they're known. Known for Popeye, right? So I want Popeye. God damn, it's loud as a motherfucker. Get this fan pointing on me first. God damn, toasty as fuck. So, but whoever they got, I don't even know the guy's fucking new name. Well, the new guy, whatever the fuck he is. Sounds like Abath. So it's like, okay, they did it right. And then the rest, it sounds like Immortal's music. So that's one of the bands, and another We're Back band, but with a new singer. Again, didn't listen to it forever, and it was kind of because of you guys, like, oh, you should check it out. And I think it was Aaron Puffenbarger or somebody that sent me one track from a later album. I'm like, oh, this is pretty goddamn good. That's why when I saw at Milwaukee, the new album, it was like a colored vinyl, and it was at Nuclear Blast stand. It's like, it was the release date. Brand new Immortal out. The cover felt like Immortal, that whole goddamn winter blizzard beast type shit that they sing about. It looked like that, color vinyl, day it's out. I was like, yeah, I heard somebody one song and people were saying it's good. Let me check it out. Picked it up, went back and took it home, listened. I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking great. So yeah, I was wrong on that. Well, I wasn't wrong. I just didn't check. I just assumed. I assumed incorrectly. But so a reunion? It'd be cool to see with Abath again. I mean, that's the only. Now I've never seen Immortal without Abath. I seen him in the early 2000s. I seen him on Damned in Black tour and Sons of Northern Darkness, and they were extremely good both times. And I got to meet Both. I got my photo with him too. Got my shit signed. He was cool. Met I think the Horg and Ishkara. I met all three, but I think I only got my picture with Both. I think I got a picture of the other two guys. Bolt Thrower, I gotta say, dude, I literally think that's probably the most overrated goddamn metal band of all motherfucking time. But I do like them. Don't get me wrong, the demos are good. I like Realm of Chaos, War Master. After that, I'm kind of fuzzy. I have heard other stuff. What is it like? What is the Fourth Crusade and all that? And every time I put on, it's pretty good. But it's just, I think there's a million other bands. Like to me, like, and nobody would ever say this to me. Angel Corpse destroys fucking Bolt Thrower. Destroys them. You put on the Inexorable next to any fucking Snore Thrower album. It's not. It's not even a competition. Christian destroys Bolt Thrower, especially the first three. Goddamn, minimally the first three. But I mean, but I'm getting kind of fucking sick and tired of these guys that talk about Christian. Only first three. I'm like, dude, go back and listen to him. I even told my buddy Dan Murrow recently was working. He's like, he kind of stopped there too. Thought things. Well, he stopped because he heard Ageless Venomous. He's like, yeah, sound like shit. Never listen to anything after him. Oh, dude, you're missing out. I'm like, Works of Carnage. That album's fucking fantastic. And I was like, don't get me wrong. Some of the later albums, they got parts and shit like that, kind of eh. But I'm like, dude, they got bangers on it. You telling me you put on Southern Storm, nothing good on there? You put on Scourge of the Enthroned, nothing good on there? Like, you're out of your goddamn mind, brah. Assassination, nothing good on there. It's got a few parts on Assassination I remember not liking. The cover sucked too. Had kind of that fucking PlayStation game look feel to it. But it definitely had killer shit on there. Even the new album, it's got good shit on there. It's got some parts I'm like, yeah, it's kind of boring. But as a whole, Christian destroys fucking Bolt Thrower. Destroys them. Hands down easily. No doubt about it. So yeah, I'm getting tired of fucking hearing about goddamn Snore Thrower. Again, I like them, but easily most overrated goddamn death metal band by a fucking milestone, at least in the death metal scene. And then the black metal scene, which those fucking posers are barely even fucking black metal, where they got two black metal records. Most overrated band of all fucking time is Dark Throne. No doubt about it. They got fucking country albums and stupid shit under their belts. What are you doing? But if Deicide did that, everyone would crucify them. I mean, look at people crucified Deicide, 100% crucified them when they put out Incinerate Them and In Tormented Hell. Okay, I can admit they are kind of half-assed. You definitely get the feel. Let's get this shit over with, boys. Let's phone this one in. Going back, I mean, I've always liked them from day one. They were my least favorites at the time coming out. But honestly, even going back these days, these are pretty goddamn good albums. Are they good at Surface Light? Fuck no. But they're pretty good albums. The point being, still had the satanic lyrics, which is what they started. Still had low vocals, like death metal vocals, which they started. Blast beats, same tuning, everything. Just kind of a half-ass fucking version of what they started out to do, right? People were crucifying them for doing that. But fucking Dark Throne skiing and shit, putting out punk albums and country albums and stupid shit. Why does that get a pass? Why? Again, because they're underground or whatever. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? The tunes suck. So yeah, most overrated black metal band, if you want to call them black metal. Dark Throne, almost overrated death metal band. Bolt Thrower, no doubt about it. But again, do I like shit by both bands? Yeah. Dark Throne, I mean, I do like the demos. Soulside Journey is boring as fuck. I mean, it's basically a Swedish sounding death metal record. It shows what them posers were into. They're putting out Swedish death metal. They're from fucking Norway. Then a year later, they're putting out black metal. Then a couple years more, a year later, they're putting out punk and shit. Like, what the fuck you guys doing? Bunch of fucking posers over there. Bunch of trend hoppers. And when they did put out a Swedish death metal record, it's like, okay, you put it out, but it's like it's the most biggest fucking downgrade Swedish death metal album compared to the fucking Kings that came out at the time. Carnage, Dark Recollections, Unleashed Where No Life Dwells, Grave Into the Grave, Dismember Like an Overflowing Stream, and Entombed, fucking Left Hand Path. The classic debuts. I mean, those your shitty ass Soulside Journey isn't even a fucking candle of those. The hell do we need that turd for? Any the fuck goddamn way. Next question from our channel. A Simulation Official. Oh, yeah, I picked this one, too. This is a bodybuilding question, too, so if you want to sign off now, go right the fuck ahead. I'll try to make it goddamn quick. But all you pussy boys that complain about the fucking bodybuilding questions, jacked and stacked is where it's at. Get educated. Pee Wee Herman was never in, goddammit. So, try to keep it goddamn quick, but I think he answers this kind of twice, too. These are the kind of questions I like. Question, J-dawg, Jesse from Witch's Hammer / Simulation here. Was nice to meet you at Metal Threat. Yeah, I remember meeting you, man. Anyways, wondering your thoughts on Mike Menser and to a lesser extent Dorian Yates. I've been a huge fan of Menser for about 6 years. It seems he is having having a bit or a resurgence lately, which is really cool in my opinion. Yeah, everything in that goddamn scene goes in trends, man. Whether it be the training, nutrition, everything, it just goes supplements. It lasts, then it cycles out, then it comes back in. Around and around we go. It's like, yeah, this shit was around 40 years. What are your thoughts on his bodybuilding philosophy, i.e., training to failure, less days in the gym, intensity over volume, etc.? Marco, the big dude in Witch's Hammer, ex Blasphemy, says he noticed way more chest and leg growth when he went from training a body part twice a week to once a week. Dorian believed the same and did 4 days a week his whole career, one body part a week. Yep. This goes against all the science as well, but as I am sure you would agree, sometimes bro science seems to beat real science. It can at times, yes. In my opinion, Dorian is a goat and still looks great. Also, if you have time, what are your thoughts on 1980s Mr. Olympia and all that bullshit that went down between Menser and Arnold? After hearing all the old stories, I lost a lot of respect for Arnold and almost all respect when he said the classic "fuck your freedom" in regards to the jab. Love the content, bro. I mean, I guess the ending part, the Arnold thing, losing respect. I mean, see, that's what I tell all you guys, dude. I mean, I think you would lose respect for practically every single person you idolized if you dug back into their back history. You don't get to somebody's position in life, somebody like Arnold or Donald Trump or any of these guys, without fucking people over and being a goddamn piranha in life. You just don't. That doesn't happen by accident. As far as the fuck your freedoms things, I always thought that was weird that people cared that he said that. Like, well, because the sheer irony of being mad about that is he saying fuck your freedoms. You're mad he's saying that. Are you saying what? You don't support freedom? What do you mean? It's freedom of speech, right? He's allowed to say what he wants. You're allowed to disagree with it, but he can say it. That's freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is not what you deem is okay to be said. It's anything across the goddamn board. Who gives a fuck what some 75-year-old guy says? Quite frankly, I didn't follow Arnold what his political beliefs and shit are. I followed him because he was an awesome bodybuilder and he had cool ass fucking movies. It stops there. The fucking guy goes to church for fuck's sakes. So on his opinion on anything else outside of cool ass movies and bodybuilding, his opinion's completely fucking irrelevant to me. Now don't get me wrong. If I was to sit down and have a fucking a fucking dinner with the guy or anything or hanging out with him, I would definitely try to get business advice off him and shit like that. Maybe not advice, but just pick his brain. So I don't know. Arnold's cool in my goddamn book. I got no goddamn problems with him. As far as the Olympia 1980, yeah, from what I heard from the grapevine, yeah, he shouldn't have won. From what I understand, he bought up all the footage so no one can see it. And but the thing is with Menser, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't he come in like fifth? So he's saying I could be wrong on that. If he was either second or fifth, I believe. So if he was fifth, it's kind of like, well, it's bullshit. I didn't win. It's like you got three other guys ahead of you. It wasn't just Arnold that was ahead of you. So who was the second place guy? I can't remember. Um, Now, as a whole, Arnold at his best and Menser at his best, I think obviously Arnold had a superior physique. But in 1980, I mean, he was already retired and he was getting in the movies and shit like that. He definitely wasn't the same as he was in like 74 and shit like that. So, yeah, from what I hear, the grapevine, it was kind of politics, which kind of makes sense, though, too, because you got to remember the person that wins is an ambassador of the sport. I mean, Menser was a fucking drug addict and a known meth head. I don't know if you knew that or not, but that is common fucking knowledge, at least in this scene. Do you want a guy like that, or do you want a guy that's going to fucking at the time? He's already blowing up in Hollywood. Not only did he win 6 Olympias prior, and he's a good ambassador for the sport, he had the charisma, everything like that. Now he's going to making it mainstream. Who do you want to win? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they're running a business. I think it should be the best physique that wins, and it seems to be pretty much that's the way it goes these days. More so, it's a little bit more fairly judged because times are just different. So, but I could see it from a business standpoint. You want some fucking goddamn bitter meth head winning, or do you want a guy that's going to further your business? That's a good business. I mean, a good face to the business. You know what I mean? And clearly, look at just where things went. They made the best decision from a business standpoint. I mean, nobody made popularized bodybuilding more than Arnold. That's for goddamn sure. As far as Menser's training and Dorian Yates, I mean, let's combine that as one because obviously Dorian pretty much got it from Menser, and that came from fucking what's his face, the guy that created the machines. Wasn't he a doctor? His name's slipping me out now. But anyways, the what's it? So here's the thing. In a sense, I kind of follow it myself to a degree. because I only train one body part per week these days. But the main reason I do is because as I gotten older, I don't recover as well. What I've noticed where I was making my best gains and shit like that was training every body part every 5 days. So there wasn't like each body part landed. It's Monday's chest, Tuesday's arm. You know what I mean? There was none of that bullshit. It was whatever day it landed on in a 5 day rotation every 5 days. That worked the best. Twice a week, twice in a 7 day period was a little bit too much. I could never recover from that, even in my 20s. But then as it got to the point, so now my actual weight training, I only train 4 days a week because 5 was just too much, even with if I was just doing one body part per week. 5 was just too much for my CNS, connective tissue, everything like that. So 4, I've been doing for the last 3 years. I will say this though, when I had my low back injury and I couldn't basically do legs because everything was bothering it in my low back. Any type of squats, whether it be hack squats, pendulums, everything was bothering it. So I took like 3 months off of quads. So what I did in the meantime is nothing for hamstrings would bother it though. I trained hamstrings twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays, and I can definitely say that they came up. There was a definitely noticeable difference. So that goes everything goddamn Dorian says, right? The thing is, too, you got to remember, anecdotally, that's one person's anecdotal evidence. And now, when you see here Dorian talk, he swears by it and shit like that. Well, he's also running a business behind it too, so he has a vested interest. Well, let me ask you this: if it was so superior to every form of training, well, then look at guys today that are bigger than him: Big Ramy, Nick Walker, this new guy, Michael Crizzo, Ian Valier. These guys are all bigger than Dorian was this time. They don't train like Dorian does. Back in other times, you go my 6-time Mr. Olympia, right? Ronnie Coleman, Lee Haney, they both won 8 Olympias. Phil Heath won 7 Olympias. If you're going by that, just anecdotal evidence, they didn't train like Dorian. So how did they become more successful? So the bottom line is, what you got to remember: do I think Dorian's system of training works? Yes, but here's what I've learned through my years of experience of doing it myself and helping other people and picking the brains of people above me at my level or even lower, is that training is all it is. It's the most important for growing muscle, but the least important at the same time. What do I mean by that? Is you have to have it, otherwise nothing else works. But at the same time, it doesn't matter how you get there, as long as you are stimulating the muscle to build bigger and fucking repair itself. So as long as you're creating enough fucking damage to where it needs to repair itself and become bigger and stronger, it doesn't matter how you fucking get there. It really goddamn doesn't. So, because you're just thinking of it like this: training is the stimulus. Eating is the food is the raw materials. Like, say you're building a house, that's like the lumber. PEDs are like the fucking power tools. Like, so for example, like if you had just a fucking hammer, nails, and a screwdriver, you can only build so good of a house, right? But if you have the power tools and all the fucking tools, you can build a much more advanced house. That's where the drugs come involved. You can build a much more elaborate physique. And rest and recovery is the time period of how it takes to build that fucking house. Okay? So training is a stimulus. So it's kind of like the fucking the guy that gives all the signs. So here, this goes here, the wood goes here, you know, the walls, the blueprints, you know what I mean? So you train your chest, you break it down. That is the stimulus, the signaling to fucking build and repair that. Well, what are you going to build and repair that? You need the fucking lumber, right? That's your food. Power tools, if you're trying to go past your fucking genetic limit with PEDs. And how long is the job going to take? That's your rest and recovery. That's the formula that you need. How you got that fucking stimulus doesn't matter. Now, again, another where it applies, I will say this, is cycling your training comes in very, very handy. Where people stagnate like that is, say you're doing Dorian's routine for year on, year end. You know what I mean? It's like, it's going to eventually plateau. It's going to eventually stop yielding results. I guarantee. So your buddy, fucking ex-Blasphemy guy, whatever the hell his name is, you said he started seeing results when he switched to Dorian's training. Yeah, because he obviously wasn't training like that beforehand. So it was a brand new stimulus. Train like Dorian for fucking 3 years straight, and then go switch over to high volume, something like Phil Heath did. I guarantee you'd start seeing the results again. I noticed the same goddamn thing. My best results, and I've been doing it, maybe I'll switch back. is when I started training legs, everything 20 reps. Everything 20 reps. Warm-ups, and all the way to your failure. That doesn't mean when people hear 20 reps, they think pussy weight. No. No, you're still going up a weight, but your last set, or usually the last set, is to complete failure. So, for example, if I'm doing like a leg press, the last set's 20 reps. I'm failing around 17. Like on a spotter, getting those last 1, 2, 3. See what I'm saying? It's complete all-out fucking failure. That is a million times harder than loading that fucking thing up, stressing the living shit out of your fucking hip joints, and doing 10 reps. It's a million times harder. Your quads will be pumped as fuck. And I noticed a greater fucking response to that. Dwayne didn't do that. And a lot of guys, and a lot of people want to try like flex wheeler and shit, they noticed it too. They figured it out. They do. When I went to 20s, legs fucking exploded. However, I do believe that in time that would fucking plateau. And then if you were doing that, you switched over to like a Dorian's training, or like even like a Kevin Levrone reps range, because Kevin Levrone did everything in 6 to 8 reps. So with super fucking heavy weights. If you did that for another 3 months, you would probably notice more growth. You got to change up whatever you're doing. Your body is going to get used to it. You got to remember too, the human body is the most adaptable fucking organism on this fucking planet. That's why certain diets and shit like that, we can get away with eating stuff. People are like, oh, this is poisonous. How don't you get sick on eating this or this or that? It's because your body adapts. That's why is that a lot of people that think certain foods are so bad for you and shit. No, it's not, dude. Your body adapts to it. Another thing, when you eat that's why I actually believe, and whenever I put someone on a diet or whatever like that, they're said they're eating super fucking clean, all natural goddamn foods. I still like them to incorporate at least one cheat meal per week. And a cheat meal, I want it to be something fucking dirty, whether it be a pizza, burger and fries, ice cream, something like that. Why? I'll tell you exactly fucking why. Because here's what happens, and I've seen it time and time and time again. Someone that's all fucking proud, right? Like, I haven't eaten nothing processed or anything like that for months and months. Go to a family function or something, they eat some bread or something they haven't had, stomach's all fucked up, they're in pain, they get diarrhea. It's because your body can no longer fucking tolerate it. You fucked yourself. And whether you liked it or not, food is a huge factor in this fucking, it's not even just, people say America, it's everywhere, dude. I've been in other countries and shit like that. It's a sociable thing everywhere. It doesn't mean it's America, holy shit. There's a bunch of fat fucks everywhere. I've been in other countries and there's fat, I've been to France, there's fat fucks walking around there left and right. Don't give me that crap. It's a huge sociable thing, so what are you gonna do? Just not like you're gonna pack. If you want to just, I'm gonna bring my own salads and shit. All right, great. Now you're not even living your life. That's fucking stupid. Keep a tolerance to where you can enjoy this. Not to mention, who the fuck doesn't like good, tasty foods? You don't like pizza? You don't like ice cream? You don't like fucking cheesecake? Yeah, I mean, what the fuck? Well, all right, whatever. You're lost, brah. So keep a tolerance to that. And once a week ain't gonna fuck you at all. But you at least keep that fucking food tolerance. That's why I like to keep that in there. Because yeah, me, like people say, I could go to McDonald's right now, literally eat it, and then go train an hour later. Some guys, oh, it upsets my belly. Oh my god, how do you do that? I'm like, because you lost your tolerance to it, dude. And you're in the society, whether you like it or not, you're gonna have it. I mean, it's just you're just shooting yourself in the goddamn fucking foot. Not to mention, I believe it builds up a fucking stronger immune system. I never get sick fucking ever. Why? Because when you're too overly antibacterial. You ever notice the people that like, especially during WinFed, where people like they have all the hand sanitizer, they got the masks on, the hazmat suits, they're all bundled up. They're the most germaphobe people. They get the sick the most. Me, I'm at the fucking gym. I didn't even wash my hands. I'm biting my nails like a fucking idiot, and I didn't get once get the shit. Didn't even get sick the whole time. Knock on fucking wood. I probably will tomorrow now that I said that. But I never goddamn do. You know what I mean? And I believe it's because you're building up a fucking stronger immune system. There is actually evidence to support that. I believe with foods too. If you're just eating your fucking almonds and celery stick and fucking just bitch shit, go right ahead, man. But to me, I think you're the fucking, I personally, I think you're the weak. I honestly do. Shit, my grandpa's still fucking alive. He's 95, 96. He ate McDonald's every week, multiple times, admittedly. Love the breakfast food. So bad for you, though. How the fuck's he alive then? Let's explain that. I mean, obviously, just keep it in moderation. That's how you go to McDonald's every day. That's dumb as fuck. But, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Got kind of fucking trailed off there. So, but I hope that answered your goddamn question. Hope I answered it thoroughly for you, Jesse, because yeah, I do remember meeting you. You and I thought I seen the Blasphemy guy. Don't know much about the goddamn Blasphemy guys, to be honest with you. I was never a big fan of Blasphemy. Admittedly so. They're a band I was respected for their originality and shit. So I don't know much about them. I remember the guys being in the powerlifting and stuff like that. But I saw you answer this question a couple times on the channel, so I figured it gave it a worthy listen. And so obviously you're watching all the goddamn vids, right, in person. You like metal and bodybuilding, so it's one of the people I'd rather talk to and talk about shit. So hopefully I answered it thoroughly enough for you. Comments, questions, you know the fucking deal. But the God's podcast answer by the morning. Later, goddammit.